Greetings and welcome to the Modern Alchemist Channel. I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this is Alchemy Journal. Today on Alchemy Journal, I thought it would be fun to shoot a video in a car. Why not? I mean, there's actually like this legendary video where this dude is like just talking about all this shit and he's in his car. And I've seen a few of these. So I thought, this could be really fun to like just set up the technology in the car and then like shoot something for you guys and actually talk about all the cool stuff that I'm planning to do on the Modern Alchemist Channel. By the way, we're out here at the Evergreen State College right now, and I've been hoofing it around looking, oh God, this campus is so beautiful, looking for really good spots to shoot some video so that I can illustrate more points about the electric universe and its dynamics and how things operate here. So, and then hopefully that will help you guys, in your own personal exploration, so that when you get out here and you're looking around and it's like so beautiful and everything's so amazing, you'll be like, oh, I know why it's so amazing. I mean, it's one thing to look at something and go, that's really amazing. It's another thing to look at something and go, that's really amazing, and I know why it's really amazing. That's where I want to take you. I want to get you to that point where the wonder is there because you're just so filled with that amazing, wow, this is just so beautiful. And that's the focus. That's the alchemical transmutation that takes place within a human's consciousness as they process the beauty and cognate objectively as well as subjectively, as well as just being your soul, the middle self, looking out and experiencing the wonder of it all and going, this is just so cool. So as a product of all the work, by the way, that I've been doing, I should point out to you that I've been spending a lot more time on WordPress, and that's because I explain it there. So I would say, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the WordPress, the Modern Alchemist channel at WordPress, because that's where I'm going to start leaving a lot of the mechanical, like just really, the written explanations, the stuff that you can take with you, that you can refer to later, where you're not like, fast forwarding through me talking or someone other person talking. You actually are just looking at it and it's there. And I've started building that, and I'm going to keep building on it. Stuff to expect in the future. In fact, it would be definitely, we're going to talk about astrotheology and how it fits into the Bible. Several of you have written to me about that. Coffee. Several of you have written to me about that and just the volume of it. And because when you understand it, when you are able to piece together and understand, for instance, that the principal authors of the Gospels, Peter, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, relate specifically to astrotheological archetypes and the impact of that, and understanding how that impacts other things, and then recognizing that certain apostles will also fit into those, and recognizing that events that unfold relate to other events which have been told and retold. And this is why, just a sidebar here, but a lot of people criticize the Bible and they're like, the Bible plagiarizes from older stories. What I would argue as a counterpoint to that is not that it plagiarizes, but that it's an update on older stories, bringing things current. We do the same thing today. Shakespeare, in fact, would be considered an update to certain biblical stories and narratives, which are an update of even older stories from, Greek literature, which might be considered an even older, update of, something else, perhaps Persian literature. And these things all update on top of each other because all of these cultures, all these people, they all experience the same thing because we're all on the same globe here and we're all looking up. And so those are testimonies, they're witnesses, and they're cultural. So we're going to talk about that, and it's time that I start giving you some of the tools, and I'm going to do it like I've been doing it recently, in small bites, so that we get in there, in and out real quick, no one gets hurt. That's why I like the Ninja Alchemist 9 stuff, because in my mind I've hit like this barrier where it's like it's got to be under 10 minutes. I want to get this stuff out in under 10 minutes so that you take something with you, and it's short and it's fun and it's useful. And alchemy is supposed to be fun, you guys. If you're not having fun doing this, you're doing it wrong. This should bring you joy. Every minute of it should bring you joy. It should satisfy the senses and give you a sense of exhilaration, because alchemy is about understanding consciousness. First and foremost, above all else, if the universe is mentalism, if everything is thought, then alchemists are cognitive scientists, for sure. And if you've been reading or watching my recent work, obviously I spend a lot of time there, because that's where you're supposed to be. If you're not there, you're not doing it right. You need to be working there. And what you do is you use all the physical stuff to help you get there. So an understanding of chemistry can help you, provide you the language necessary to understand larger systems, which are built on the same principles, which are all built on an electrical system. And so we're going to talk about that. That's why I've been driving around and stuff. And I was going to drive and do this, but I felt unsafe. It didn't seem right. Even though I'm totally legal and the camera is like off to the side and it's not obstructing anything, I was like, nah, I'm just going to sit here. I can sit and hang out with you guys. So sorry that nothing's moving around, but it is really, really, really a pretty spot to park. So I figured I'd just hang out with you. Anyway, so expect that. I'm going to be doing, like I said, more with the astrotheology, and also breaking down certain myths and legends. As part of that, I need to help you understand the mechanics behind our ancient narrative, which is a narrative of stellar bodies being born and dying, and us witnessing it all through the course of living human history, and then expressing that and anthropomorphizing those experiences, so that later generations could then see it, feel it, and identify with it. Because our ancient collective ancestors looked up and they didn't see some kind of separate, static, isolated grouping of spheres which are completely invisible today, right? Without the unaided eye, there's no looking up and seeing planets. That should be one of your first clues that things are different. There's actually hundreds of clues that this planet is monumentally different than what it used to be, and that we probably experienced some of those changes within living human history. But of course, that's not available in mundane or contemporary educational systems, because they're pushing a separate narrative. But clearly our ancestors, they looked up and they saw all this stuff. So we're going to talk about that, and we're going to talk about what that's about. Now I've talked about it in the past. I've hinted at it in classes. I've been pretty explicit about how planets are male, female, brother, sister, husband, wife, but we're going to keep building on that explicitly, giving you guys even more refined understanding. We're going to talk about synchronism. Synchronism is understanding this multiple God thing. So you have Aten Re or Re Horikati, and what that's actually about. That's something that I've figured out recently, and it ties into understanding what eyes are about. And so expect me to give you a short video on synchronism and discussing with you what that is and why that's important. We're also going to I will be talking about our ancient story, and so we're going to cover that. But before I can cover that so that it's meaningful, I need to build and educate you guys, arm you, equip you with the necessary vocabulary and the necessary means of decoding all of this stuff, so that when we do talk about that ancient narrative, it actually is going to mean something. All right. Well, I hope you guys had a fun time. I did. This was really cool for me. It's fun to be able to produce these short videos and get them out to you guys and stay in contact. And I'm really sorry I haven't been able to keep in such close contact in the past, but we're going to do a lot more of these now that I figured a lot of stuff out with how to use the technology and to use it to my advantage, which is then to all of our advantage. All right, I'm Aubrey Forrest, the Modern Alchemist, and this has been Alchemy Journal. Like I said, if you haven't had a chance to check out the Modern Alchemist channel on WordPress, do that, because there's going to be lots and lots and lots of stuff put out there as well. I'll be talking to you soon.